Hello mates, welcome to Full Stack Java Developer. I am Kiran Jadhav here. In this session, I will teach you here Hibernate Architecture. See, what is Hibernate? Hibernate, it is an ORM tool. ORM it means Object Relational Mapping. See, Hibernate is a Java framework and it's so popular because of its great features. Then see, we'll start with the theory context and then we'll come up with the practical implementation. And I will go ahead with the diagrammatic like flow as well. You will get the clear cut idea about Hibernate architecture. See, Hibernate it is a Java framework. Hibernate it is an ORM tool. ORM it means object relational mapping, right? Yes. Then see, Java class has object. You can simply say, right? Yes. O it means you can simply say object. And here M it means we are going to say this will be HBM Hibernate mapping file available there. And R it means you can simply say relational database management system. RDBMS will consider here. Then Java class, we are just going to create suppose e-commerce application we have available. There we are going to create the product customer, right? Number of classes we are going to create. We'll consider product.java and there itself we have available product have ID. The next product have name. Next we'll consider product have price. Time being I'm just going to add only three fields like ID, name and price. Once we are going to create the Java class object, then definitely we are going to initialize the value as well, right? Like ID, name and price. Mostly in Hibernate what happen, ID will consider as a primary key and by using a generator value, we are going to auto increment as well. Then we are just going to initialize like product name and product price itself, right? Once we have created the Java class object, then by using this Hibernate mapping file, we are going to persist this object into relational database management system. And nowadays, like we are not able to see the HBM file as well because we are using annotation approach. Then definitely it's very easy, like internally they are using mapping only, but whatever in coding you are able to see, I will prefer to use annotation approach actually. Okay, then once we are going to save this data into our database, right? For that perspective you can simply say in database side Hibernate will take care of create the table as well, right? Yes. And there will be available, you can simply say product have ID, next product have name, and the next product have price. Product have price, we are going to add such like column, you can simply say there, right? Product price. See, Hibernate it is a Java framework. Hibernate it is an ORM tool. ORM it means object relational mapping. Then Java class has object, like we are going to create the product.java. And once we have created the object, this object we are going to persist into the relational database management system. It means within table itself, right? By using Hibernate mapping file. And database table there is available column. Perfect. Then we'll come up with the diagrammatic flow. See, this is the architecture of Hibernate. You can simply say we have available Java application, and once we are going to create the Java application, there we are going to create the persistence object as well, right? Yes. And once we create the object, then by using this Hibernate mapping file, and even we have available properties file as well, like CFG file, you can simply say configuration file, Hibernate.configuration file, right? There is mentioned like database configuration as well, right? Then by using this HBM file and Hibernate properties, we are going to persist this Java class object as it is into our database. Fine. Then see Hibernate architecture. First, we are going to create the Java application, and once we create the Java application, we are going to create the persistence object there because this object we are going to persist into database. Persist it means you can simply say we are trying to save the data. That's it. Okay. Yes, and for persistence perspective, we have available here like XML mapping. It means HBM file. You can simply say, and one more we have available CFG file. It means properties file like hibernate.cfg.xml. Then here you can simply consider nowadays instead of XML mapping, we are using annotation based approach. This session also I will follow the annotation based approach only. Fine. Then by using this XML mapping and Hibernate properties like CFG file, we are going to persist this object into our database. And here itself, whenever like Hibernate properties and XML mapping, right? There is we have available session factory as well. The session factory for entire application. This is second level cache. And any object if you are going to persist into database, we require the session as well. Like in session, we are going to save the data. Then you can simply say we are trying to update, delete. Such operations we are going to perform there. And once we are going to save the data on session, then we need to commit data into database as well by using transaction.commit. Okay. Then once we start with the practical implementation, you will get the clear cut idea. But high level, you can simply say we have Java application. Once we create the Java application, we are going to create the persistence object. and this object we are going to persist into database as it is by using Hibernate mapping and Hibernate properties file. Mapping, it means you can simply say we are going to use annotation based approach, like at the entity we are going to use there, again at the table, at the id, those annotations we are going to use there, right? And properties, it means you can simply say hibernate.cfg.xml file, and in that properties file we have available database configuration, right? And finally, this object we are going to persist into database as it is. Now we'll start with the practical implementation. See one screen. Then I will simply come up with the file, new dynamic web project. Mostly we are going to do the practical implementations for each session, okay? Because this is not on theory, we are going to implement the practical approach. The application name I'm giving here Hibernate. You can simply say application. Now simply click on finish. Within seconds, application is created successfully. Now we'll simply come with the src main Java, and then you can simply right click here, new package. The package name I'm giving here com dot, this will be fullstack.jpa. Package, all letters we are giving as lowercase. Com, it means OS level, core level package. Fullstack, it means our company name. JP, it means we are learning like Hibernate concept here, right? And Hibernate, it is a JP tool only, okay? Java persistence API. Click on finish. Our JP package also created successfully. New Java class I am giving, Java class name as product. Class also created successfully. We are come up with the service class as well. New Java class, you can simply say this class name I am giving service, and within service we are going to create main method. Perfect. Now come up with the src main web app, web inf. We need to add the library files there. I will copy the library file from my existing any application. You can simply copy it from our GitHub URL. GitHub URL will be available in description box. You can simply clone, otherwise download it. You will be able to copy it. Fine. Yes. Press first jar file and then press the shift button. Click on last jar file. You are able to select all the jar files there. Now copy and simply come back to here lib file. Just paste it. Once it's done, the next step we are simply like here coming with the product.java. I'm using control M, it will maximize the size of screen. Then we are using entity annotation coming from Java Expressions API. Today I'm using table as well, but table is not mandatory annotation here. Name, I'm giving name as product. Now I'm using id, it means this is primary key. Generated value, it means this will be auto increment, and the strategy I am giving here, this is identity. Yeah. See, generation type, you can simply say we are just trying to give here, but it's not coming directly, right? Yes. Then we'll do one thing. Simply try here. This will be strategy, and we are giving generation type as identity, but it's not allowing, right? Okay. We go like generator, and then we are giving here generation type, but it's not allowing. Okay. It should allow actually, but it's not allowing now. I am just trying here strategy. This will be generation type as identity. We'll write it manually then. Okay. But you can simply say identity. Now I'm using here, this will be private. You can simply say int. This will be product have ID. Now generation type, you are just trying to import it. See, it's coming now. It means you can simply say here this is mandatory. You can declare the ID, and then you can come up with the strategy as generation type as identity. Fine. Yes, it will come. If you want to check it, I will show you one more time. Now we are just trying type it manually. You can simply say like this will be auto generated. We are going to say, right, generated value. It's coming. Then you can simply say strategy as generation type as identity. It's coming. Then such approach you can follow. First you can write like variable name, and then you can come up with the generation strategy here. Then identity, why we are using, because we are using MySQL. If you are using Postgres, then also identity. But if you are using Oracle, then you can simply go to the sequence. But we'll prepare here which one? Identity. Perfect. Now we are using private. This will be string. You can simply say we need to string actually. This will be product have name. Now private, this will be double. This will be product have price. Product have price. Great. Now we require the default constructor, because in Hibernate there is not available by default constructor. That's why I'm creating the default constructor here. Now simply go to source, generate constructor using fields. We have option available here, right? Yes. but remove the id because id is auto incremented today's session. Last session we haven't like auto incremented id, but today I want to generate the auto increment value. Okay, now if you want to create the getter setters, you can go to the source, generate getter setters, select all, generate it. Next we require toString, go to source, generate toString method. See on screen, here is it. Perfect. Such a way we done with our Pojo class, right? Then here mandatory annotation at the rate entity, it means this is the entity class, and if you are not using at the rate table, it will consider your Pojo class name as a table name. And at the rate ID, it means this is primary key, and at generated value, it means this will be auto increment, you can simply say. And here we are using MySQL, that's why I'm using here identity. If you are using Oracle, you can simply give the sequence as well. Now come up with the service. This is our main class main method, where I'm just going to add private. This will be static. Then you can simply say session factory coming from org Hibernate. Factory equal to new configuration dot configure dot build session factory. Now inside main method I'm just using session here, session coming from org Hibernate. Session equal to factory dot open session. See, in Hibernate there is available cache. You can simply say first level cache, second level cache. Session is the first level cache, session factory is the second level cache. Session first level cache. For each transaction we are going to create the separate session. From next session you will get the more clarity because I will perform number of operations there. Fine. But session factory is the second level cache. Once it create, it will be available for whole application. Now we are using here transaction as well. Transaction also you can simply say this is interface coming from org Hibernate itself. Transaction equal to session dot begin transaction. See one screen. Now I'm just going to create the like product class object, product equal to new product, and here I am trying to add value as well. This will be, you can simply say Apple phone I am giving, and the price I'm giving price as 2,50,000.99 ending with semicolon. Now simply use session dot save, and then we are going to save the product here, and then you can simply do transaction dot commit. It will persist data into database as well, right? Great. Now we'll simply come back to here src main Java, and there we are going to create the CFG file. Right click on src main Java, go ahead the other. This will be like XML file we are going to create, and the file name I am giving here, this is hibernate.cfg.xml file. So our file also created successfully here, right? Now the CFG content I will add it from my existing application. You can simply copy it from our GitHub account. I will copy all the content of this CFG file, and will simply come back to our application CFG. Then here I want to change the database name as well. This will be, you can simply say Hibernate productDB will say. Okay, and this database also we are going to create it. You can simply come back to here and simply create the database. Database is created successfully. We are just going to use it, and then there will be, we are going to like Hibernate will take care of create the tables as well. Show tables, there is only single table. Who is responsible to create the table? Hibernate. Then see here our Pojo class name, you can simply say product. The mapping, otherwise it will give us the entity not found exception. Okay, yes, and initially we are giving like Hibernate HBM to detail.auto as create because it will take care of creating the table in database. Fine, great. Then before running this application, I want to highlight some theory part, and then we'll come up with the running our Java application. See, Hibernate, it is an ORM tool. ORM, it means object relational mapping. Java class as object. By using Hibernate mapping file, we are going to pass into database directly. Fine? Yes. And what are the features in Hibernate? Database migration is very easy. Second feature, Hibernate will take care of create table. Third feature, Hibernate will take care of SQL queries. Fourth feature, Hibernate follow HQL. Hibernate query language. This is database independent and object oriented. Hibernate follows association mapping, right? Entity relationship mapping. Four types available: one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. Then Hibernate follow the name query. Those are the centralized query as per our business requirement. We are able to use in our application. Next, Hibernate follow the SQL Hibernate criteria query language. Here we are able to add some restrictions, some conditions as well. And the last one, development impact. Development goes very faster. You can see one screen. Here I am going to run. This is our second application Hibernate for product management. Simply try run a Java application. If everything is okay, it will insert that into database without any issues. And yes, that's the magic of our Hibernate. See, Table is created successfully, even data also inserted successfully. See one screen will come up with the show tables. There is available table name as product. Who is the responsible to create the table? Hibernate is the responsible to create the table, right? So let's start from product. You will be able to see the data for Apple phone. Great. Then now second time I will simply try with the debug application. You will get the more confidence with this application. This time I will use here, this will be, you can simply say Sony Smart TV, and the price I'm giving 5,50,000 here. Control A, Control I, Control Shift F will format the code base. Now we'll start with the debug mode. Simply adding the breakpoint at line number 18. We'll start with debug as Java application. See one screen. It will stop at line number 18 directly because there we have added the breakpoint. See one screen. Great. It will go to stop line number 18 directly, right? See one screen, stop here. Now if you're checking here product, then definitely like you will be able to see the data. I'm using function F6 for next line. See, here is available product data. You can simply do Control Shift I. You will be able to see all the data there actually. See one screen, right? If you want to maximize it, upcoming sessions definitely on project based learning, I will maximize the screen as well. There you are able to see lots of data available there, right? Yes, see one screen. Perfect. Product ID is 0 because this is auto increment. It will be goes to increment on session actually. Now you are able to see Sony Smart TV and the product price exact whatever available there, right? Yes. See one screen. Great. Then now till ID is not created. When ID tool goes to create, ID tool goes to create on session. Then what is the ID we are expecting? We are expecting suppose here whatever we have given, right? Yeah. Here is create only. Then it will goes to delete the existing table. It will create the new one. We forgot to update here, right? Yes, that will be fine, no worries. Then simply come back to here. I'm pressing function F6 for next line. See, data is inserted and ID is created 1 because here in CFG file we forget to add as update actually here. We have given the create, the existing table is deleted and new table is created. Now you are not able to see data in database. There is nothing. When data it will be inserted, like after transaction.commit, then data it will goes to insert into database. Here you are able to see insert into product, but till data is not inserted. Once session data is saved, successfully data is saved because ID also created there, right? But till data is not saved, data save after transaction.commit. See one screen, F6. Data is saved successfully in database. See one screen. Perfect. Great. Now I am pressing function F8 directly because we are going to execute the entire line of code as well, right? Next time if you want to run it and if you want to keep like existing data in database, that time you can simply instead of create hibernate.hbm to detail.auto, instead of create you can simply make it update. And now again I am passing here, this will be like you can simply say Apple smartphone we are giving the price. I'm giving this will be 1,50,000. Now simply try it, run a Java application. Second product is inserted for Apple smartphone. See one screen. See, here is it. Second product is inserted for Apple smartphone. The price is 1,50,000. And here also you are able to see the log as insert into. See one screen. Perfect. Again, if you want to insert one more records, right? Then see, I will just go to add here. This will be like HP laptop, and here I am giving this is 2,50,000. Simply try run a Java application. Again, it will go to insert data into database. See, data is inserted successfully there, right? Yes. Now simply come back to here and check data. There will be available third number record for HP laptop. Yes. Such a way, like we handle the Hibernate architecture application, like we have available Java class object. By using Hibernate mapping and properties file, we are going to persist this Java class object into database. See one practical approach. Here you can simply say, like we have created the Java class object by using which keyword? New keyword. And this object we are going to persist on session, right? How? Because whatever like you can simply say we have used the configuration here, database configuration things, right? See, this is the configuration, you can simply say Hibernate configuration, right? Here we have added all the database configuration things. And one more thing, like in product.java we use the annotation. Like previously, like we are using here HBM, it means Hibernate mapping file. This is the XML base, you can simply say configuration. But nowadays industry we are using like annotation based approach, like we are using at entity and here we are using at ID, right? And definitely by using those like Hibernate mapping, we are going to persist this object on session directly. And once it persists on session, then simply use the transition.commit. It will insert data into database directly. Fine? Yes. Then for this this project perspective, we have created like product.java. This is our Pocho class here. The next service.java, we have created the main method, and itself we have implemented the logic. From next session, I will create the separate method to handle the logic, because this is the second session. That's why I handle within main method only. Okay. And configuration file, by using configuration, we are able to like establish the database connections as well here, right? Yes. Then such a way we done with our hands-on for Hibernate architecture application. But still, if you are facing any difficulties, feel free to add your comments in comment box. And thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, subscribe this channel to get more updates, and see you in next video.